Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the STEM Digital School. This is grade 5, Natural Sciences and Technology. So I hope everyone is doing well and you guys are having a great day. Guys, we are going to continue from where we left off yesterday. I believe it was at safety with fire. But before we get into that, guys, keep your videos off. All right, please do not switch on your videos throughout the lesson. And if you are going to use the group chat, please let it only be with regards to the content that we are covering. If I ask you guys a question, you know you guys can use the group chat or you can raise your hand. And another thing, the test. Okay, so today's test, I'll try putting up the link right now in the group chat for everyone. Okay, so once you guys are done with writing the test, I will need you guys to email it to me. I'll also put my email address in the group chat and you guys will also see it on screen at the end of the lesson. Okay. I saw a hand. Lumbala, are you okay? Is it sorted? All right, cool. Karina?
Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm well, thank you.
Fine, thanks. I just wanted to say hello, ma'am.
Okay, okay, thank you. Hi to you too. All right. Yeah, just check your connection. All right. Yeah, check your connection. Jordan,
Hi, ma'am.
how are you?
Finding you, ma'am.
I'm well, thank you. Do you have a question?
If we couldn't write out test yesterday, what can we do today, ma'am?
Can you just repeat that for me? Speak a bit louder.
Ma'am, some of us couldn't write our test yesterday, so what can we do today, ma'am?
You couldn't write your test yesterday. What test was this?
Oh, we didn't have one yesterday, ma'am, of natural science.
No. Natural science test is only today. It was put up today.
Oh, thanks, ma'am.
Yeah,
I just
so
need to know, ma'am, do we have the number? Oh, ma'am, do we have your link, your email address or number?
yes, you do have my email address. It usually appears on screen at the end of the lesson, but I will also put it in the group chat.
Thank you, ma'am. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, cool. And I'll also put the link up, ne?
Thank you, ma'am.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. I see another hand. Nzako? Nzako, there is no sound coming through from you. So I think you will need to just type it in the group chat. Okay, can't hear anything from your side. Leander?
Afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm well, thank you.
I'm good,
Yourself?
thanks, ma'am.
How are you? All right, beautiful.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, are we going to play Kahoot tomorrow? Or do we still have work?
If we finish today, then we can play Kahoot tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay, all right, cool, guys. So we're gonna move on now so that we just finish with the content. Oh yeah, guys, with regards to the test, you can print out the test and write out your answers on the test, or you can write on your exercise book, take pictures, and then send it to my email. Right, so either way, whichever way works for you, please, what's important is that you guys write the test. You can even just type on your computer. That is also perfectly fine. And just another thing, write your name on the test, okay? You can also just in brackets write the name that you use in class, okay? Cool. So we were looking at stored energy in fuels, right? And question, what did you guys learn in class yesterday? I'm just going to take 2 hands or 3, and then we can move on. What did you guys learn in class yesterday? What did you guys learn in class yesterday? Okay, Nsako, I see. I can see your request in the group. I'll do that. No problem. And welcome. What did you guys learn in class yesterday? Come on, guys. I think we were all in class. What did you learn? Okay, let's try again, Nsako.
Ma'am,
Okay, there we go. This sound, yes?
yesterday we learned about energy and energy and fuels,
Energy and
and
fuels.
that when you need to start a fire, the fire needs oxygen, and we need to burn fuel in order to get energy.
All right, beautiful, Nsako. Thank you very much for that. Kana, what's the definition of energy?
Energy is the input and output of what people do.
Okay, so do you remember this one? Energy is the ability to do work. Does it sound familiar?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just keep that in mind, ne?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Nsako. Okay, who else wants to share what they learned in class yesterday? Lumbala?
Ma'am.
Yebo. What did you learn in class
Morning,
yesterday?
ma'am.
How are
Afternoon,
you?
ma'am.
Good
I'm
afternoon.
fine. Ma'am, I'm
Awesome.
fine. Ma'am,
Beautiful.
yesterday I learned about fuels. I learned about fuels. If you don't have oxygen, you cannot burn a fuel, because you cannot burn a fire, because the fuel will just stay a few seconds, then go away. You need the oxygen in order to build to burn the fuel in. Also, zoo parks in the dry summer, they give a notice about fires.
All right, beautiful. Thank you very much, Numbala. That is excellent. Okay, guys, I have sent through the link where you guys can download your test in the group, and I have also wrote down my email address. Okay, so both the link to your test as well as my email address is in the group chat. Okay, so let's continue. So we learned about burning fuel, right? That is what we covered yesterday. We said each fuel has a chemical energy, very important to note. And we said that this starting energy in the fuel is called input energy, just as Lumbala has explained to us. Then we said that when fuels burn, it gives out heat and light energy. I think Nsako also touched on that. The energy that it changes into is what we call the output energy. Okay, so then I explained to you guys about this experiment of the candle and how oxygen is required when we burn fuels, oxygen is required. Okay, and I told you guys about the combustion triangle, right? That in order for us to have burning to take place, we need fuel, we need heat, and we also need oxygen. Okay, so question, what is combustion? What is combustion? You guys can answer in the group chat or you can raise your hand. Jordan? Yes.
Ma'am, this is what burning fuel is. Burning fuel is fuels need heat to set them alight. For fuels to keep burning, heat and oxygen are also required. Oxygen is gas in the air. All fires need oxygen to keep burning. Fuels, heat, and oxygen forms the fire triangle. If many of these are taken away, the fire will be taken away. This means it will stop burning. To light a candle and burn it through near the candle wick. The heat from the flames meets the wax and turns all small amounts from the candle wax filled into a gas. This gas mixes with the oxygen in the air to make flames. The heat of the flames melts the top of the candle wax, the fuels future and turns into liquid. This liquid fuel is drawn up into the wax strands. As the wax moves up the wax, it is changed to gas, and the whole process continues until there is no wax left. Before electricity lights were unavailable, candles were the most common sources of light. At this time, it was common to use the candle surface to put candles up, and candle surface, which usually are small metal cups on the end of the long handle.
All right. Okay, thank you very much for sharing that piece with us. I believe what you just
Pleasure,
read for
ma'am.
us. Excuse me?
Pleasure, ma'am.
All right. Awesome. I just read a piece from the textbook with regards to stored energy as well as burning fuels. And if you guys had paid attention to what was being read, you would have heard the examples of candle wax being used as a form of stored energy, and also an example of burning fuels. Right, so guys, before Jordan read for us, I asked a question, which was, what is combustion, or what does combustion mean? And then I got several answers in the group. Ntando says that it is combining chemicals. Then Lisedi said it's the process of burning something. I have hands, and I think you guys also just wanted to share your answers with regards to my question. Okay, let's hear Nsako.
Combustion is another word for burning.
Okay, combustion is another word for burning. Okay, thank you very much, Nsako. Let's hear Lumbala.
Ma'am?
Lumbala.
Ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
What is combustion?
Combustion is the process of burning fuels.
Okay, the process of burning fuels. Thank you very much, Lumbala. Sakura, let's hear. What's your definition of combustion?
Ma'am, it doesn't say anything about combustion, ma'am, but it does say something little like that, ma'am. It's
Okay, but
like
remember
what we talked about
yesterday?
yesterday, ma'am.
Okay, yes.
It says here, fuels need heat to set them alight. So fuel to keep burning, heat and oxygen are needed.
Heat and oxygen are needed. All right. Okay, which is also true. Okay, so remember we said yesterday that another word for burning is combustion. Okay, so when we burn fuels, we say they are combusting. All right. Thank you very much, Sakura. And okay, I see another hand, Lele.
Ma'am,
Yebo. Do you want to give me an answer? Or your
um,
definition?
combustion is burning. Combusting or burning is a high temperature exothermic redox chemical reaction between a fuel, the
Oh, wow.
reductant, and an oxidant, usually atmospheric oxygen, that produces oxides, often
Yo, Lele, just hold on, hold on. You are saying a whole lot of big words right there. Did you go to Google? Is that the definition on Google?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's exothermic? Because I see you read a word there which says exothermic. What's exothermic?
Exothermic, ma'am.
What is it?
Hey, ma'am. Hey,
You're not sure? Okay, that's your homework for
yes.
today.
Huh?
That's your homework. That's your homework for today. Go look up what the word exothermic means. Tomorrow you will explain to us. Also, the other big words that you mentioned. I think you mentioned oxides as well. Then tomorrow you will tell us what it means and explain combustion to us again. Ne? Nelele, agree. Okay, thank you very much. All right. Okay, guys, combustion in simple terms, it is burning of fuels. All right. So let us continue. Safety with fire. We had already started with this slide. We mentioned that fire is a major source of heat energy for many people, whether it is for keeping warm, cooking food, or for some other purposes. Okay, fire is very useful, but again, it is very dangerous. So we need to have great care when using fire or dealing with fire. Sakura, I see your hand and I will get to you. Guys, remember, videos off. Thank you. All right, so these are the pictures that we looked at yesterday. And we also looked at dangers, all right, or how dangerous fires start. We said that throwing away or dropping burning cigarettes or matches can cause a dangerous fire, knocking over stoves or candles, making open fires in windy weather, leaving any open flame unattended, leaving small children alone in a room where a fire or candle is burning. That is very dangerous. Okay, so now we're moving on to safety rules that everybody should know with regards to the safety, or rather with regards to working with fires. Okay, so Sakura, let me just see, do you have a question or do you want to share something?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to share
Yeah,
something?
ma'am.
Or do you
I
have a
wanted
question?
to. Yeah, ma'am. I wanted to read this, ma'am. My book
Okay.
says here.
Okay,
It
just
does
hold
say
on.
something about combustion, ma'am. Combustion, the process of burning something.
Oh, okay. So you found the definition.
Yes, ma'am. It was
Alright,
here in my
awesome.
book. I just didn't look properly, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Awesome. All right. Combustion, the process of burning. Okay, let's go back. Safety with dealing with fires, and now we're looking at safety rules that everyone should know. Okay, guys, get your pens, books ready to just jot down this information. Okay. Firstly, never play with matches and lighters. Okay, make sure that your matches and lighters are kept out of reach of young children who do not know how to use them properly. So even you guys, I also regard you guys as very young. So yeah, you guys should just stay away from lighters as well as matches. And then secondly, in case of a fire, stay away. All right, guys, stay away in case of a fire. If there is a fire in your home, do not hide. Rather go outside as soon as possible. And we will look into detail what you guys should do when you are faced with such a situation. Okay, thirdly, know the number of the local fire department and the phone in case of emergency. Do you guys know the number for the fire departments in your area? Do you guys know the number of the fire departments in your area, or the number for the firefighters? It's very important, guys. Okay, very important. You should know those numbers. In as much as you should know the numbers of the police, right? You should also know the number of the fire department, because we never know when we might be faced with a situation of a burning house or anything of that sort. Okay, Faith, I see your hand, but let me just deal with this. Then have an escape plan for your home and practice it with your family. Have a meeting place outside so that you will know everyone is safe in the event of a fire. Okay. So I'm sure, guys, back at school, you guys did the fire drill, right? So that is what they actually mean about the escape plan. So the fire drill that you guys had at school, then you guys should also have that at your homes or wherever you guys stay. All right, so I'm just going to give you guys a few minutes to write this down, and then we are going to move on. Because I see Koto in the group is sharing some important numbers, which is 10, 1177. I believe that is the number for the firefighters. 10, 1177. Very important to note. Faith, talk to me. Okay, Faith, just accept on your side. All right, cool. There we go. Yes. Hi, Faith.
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, I got the numbers in my diary.
Oh, you got the numbers in your diary. Would you like to share with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, just speak a bit louder. Eh?
Okay.
All right.
The police number is 10111.
Okay.
The ambulance number is 10177, and then the
Okay.
the firefighters numbers is 1070.
Come again. We didn't hear the firefighter number.
The firefighter number is
You are disappearing at the firefighter number, and that's the important number. Okay. But so it means that the number that Koto shared in the group is for the ambulance, okay, which is 10 1177, and we heard for the police it's 10 111. Faith was still sharing the number for the ambulance, which we didn't hear. But Faith, you can just share it in the group net, then I'll tell everyone about it. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing, Faith. Okay. All right. So guys, can I move on to the next slide? Just indicate for me quickly. Use the yes on the participant icon or the no, or you can just send it on the group. Leanda?
Ma'am, can I read something from my textbook?
Okay,
About
what is it about?
Ma'am, it's about the safety of fire.
Okay, how many paragraphs?
I'm sorry, ma'am, let me check.
Okay. All right, so guys, we're still waiting for a few people to write down. So we're still going to stay on the slide for a minute as Leanda is searching
Ma'am,
for something to read to us. Yes.
ma'am, it's a little bit, it's not even a full paragraph, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Ma'am, just get some page. Okay.
All right.
Safety with fire. Fuels store energy which is changed to useful energy when it burns. Fuels burn when input energy is supplied in the form of heat. In the presence of air, oxygen. The fuel burns to release heat and light. The energy released is known as output energy.
All right, beautiful. Thank you very much, Leanne. Did you understand what you just read?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so guys, I hope we are done and we can move on. Let me just see here. Koto, are you done? Can we move? Just respond to, okay, awesome, great. Right. Cool. So guys, what happens when you are faced with a situation and there is a fire, and you need to put out a fire, what would you guys do? What are the ways that you would use as a grade 5 learner to put out a fire? Okay, Klengi.
Ma'am, I can
Mm-hmm.
call
You
the
can?
fire. Ma'am, I can call the firefighter.
Klengi, we can't hear you though. We just lost you. Try again.
Ma'am, I can call the firefighters and ambulance.
All right. So Klengi says that she will call the firefighter as well as the ambulance. All right. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Klengi.
Ma'am.
Okay, let's hear Lumbala. What would you use to put out a fire? What are the ways that you would use to put out a fire?
Then the ways I'll use is to put water on the fire and keep a far distance from the fire. And if I cannot put out the fire, I must crawl, or I must not hide, I must crawl underneath the smoke so that I do not get suffocated and faint inside the fire. And if there was a fire, I would call the firefighters and the ambulance if anyone had fainted in the fire.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. I see, Lumbala, you have quite a plan out there. All right, so thank you. Okay, so Leanda, I'll give you the next question. All right, so let's just move on, and then I'll give you. I think Karina and Dando also wanted to answer in terms of this question. I'll give you guys the next question that comes. You can keep your hands up. Yeah. Ontando had already answered in the group saying that they'll close all the windows, call the fire department. All right, awesome. Kosa says use the hose pipe to stop the fire. All right, okay, beautiful. Okay, so ways to put out a fire. Take note, né? Take note. When you want to put out a fire, you must take away the oxygen from the fire. Remember, in order for something to keep burning, it needs oxygen. So the ways that you will utilize, you need to take away the oxygen from the fire, or you need to take away the fuel from the fire. Okay, right. So steps: immediately leave the house. If a house is burning, immediately leave the house. Use your pre-planned way to get out of the building or structure and help anyone you can. All right, so don't force helping. If you can help, help. If you can't, yeah. Then the other way to use is to stay low to the floor to avoid breathing in the smoke. Just as Lumbala shared with us, we need to stay low to the floor to avoid breathing in the smoke, because smoke rises up so the most oxygen will be near the floor. All right, so avoid suffocation. All right. Then next step, it is important to check doors to see if they are safe to open. So you would place the back of your hand at the top of the door. If it's hot, do not open the door. Instead, escape through the window. So Ntando, if there is a fire in the house, you do not close the windows, rather use that window to escape. Okay. And then if the door is cold, open it slowly, make sure that there is no fire blocking your way out. Continue to stay low and leave the house or building. And once you are out, call for help. All right. Once you are out, call for help. So guys, I'll give you a few minutes to write that down, to those of you guys who are making notes. And I see we have various hands, and I believe you guys wanted to also answer to this question. I'll give you guys a chance now. All right, let's start with Luyanda.
Afternoon, ma'am, again.
Afternoon.
Ma'am, I just wanted to answer the question of what would we do if there was a fire.
Okay, you can answer.
Ma'am, I would either call the ambulance. Not the ambulance, the fire department.
Okay.
No, ma'am, not yet.
Okay, as that is your homework, go look up the number of the fire department.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Ma'am, and I'll take cover.
Okay, take cover. Beautiful. All right, thank you very much, Leanda. Okay, Ntsako.
I would call the whole community to come with a bucket full of water while I call the fire department.
Do you know the fire department's number?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the number?
10 11 77.
10 11 77. Okay, beautiful. All right, as long as you know their number and we can get hold of them, that is awesome. All right, and also call out to the community, you say. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Nsako. Okay, whose hand is also up? Guys, also indicate to me when you guys are done so we can move on. Indicate for me when you guys are done so we can move on. Yeah, see Karina.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
How are you again?
Well, thanks yourself.
Fine, thank you. Now, I was also going to answer the first question, but I will also answer the second question.
Okay, answer the first question. What were you going to say?
I would, since we have a fire extinguisher somewhere in the house, I would first take the fire.
Somewhere in the house, you know where it is?
Oh, yes, now I remember.
Okay, no, as long as you know where it is. All right, cool, yeah.
And I would take out the fire, but
okay. Yeah.
I would close the windows. This has actually happened once. My brother jumped out of a window and broke his leg.
Okay, but is your brother okay now?
Yes, he's fine.
Perfect. So he managed to escape perfectly. Okay, so guys, the thing about closing windows, that is to prevent oxygen to come in, right? Because remember, oxygen is needed to keep the flame alive. But if you can use the window to escape, then go. Like honestly, just save yourself, call someone older to help you. All right, thank you very much, Karina.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, just mute yourself there for me. Can't find you here. Okay, beautiful. Okay, Sengi.
I'm asking a question.
Sengi.
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Okay, Sengi, we can't hear you.
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Okay, there we go. Yes.
Ma'am, how would I get rid of the oxygen to come onto the fire?
Excellent question. Let's ask our classmates. So Sengi is asking, how would you get rid of oxygen, right, in order to stop the fire burning? That's Sengi's question. How would you get rid of oxygen, or how would you minimize oxygen in order for the fire to slow down or lower down? Okay, so we'll wait for answers, Sengi.
Ma'am.
All right, awesome. Okay, Sakura, guys, are you done? Are you done? Can we move on? Indicate for me, please, quickly. Okay, I see a no. All right, cool. No problem. Sakura?
Ma'am, I actually want to read out of my book, ma'am, and then I would like to make a statement, ma'am.
Okay, and remember Kengi's question, eh?
Okay, ma'am.
Did you hear it?
Yes, ma'am?
Did you hear Kengi's question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
So, ma'am, it here says how to prevent fires, especially trained firefighters can help you put out fires. It is, however, better to prevent fires. Ways to prevent fires include: do not play with matches or lighters. Do not pour any fuel like petrol or lighter gel onto a burning fire. Make sure candles are in steady candle holders and never put a candle near anything that might catch on fire. For example, books or curtains. Place fire guards in front of fireplaces. Do not dry clothes underneath of heat or cooker. Never leave pots cooking on the stove when an adult is not in the kitchen. If you suspect a gas leak from a cylinder, turn off the supply and call a gas supplier. Do not use damaged electricity appliances. Always make sure your in exteriors and outdoors campfires or fire use a brine food. Brine food. And ma'am, the statement I made that I wanted to make, ma'am, is that ma'am, when at my school, ma'am, we went on a field trip, ma'am. So we went on a field trip to the firefighting stuff, a fire station, and they told us if there is a fire, duck, roll, and if there's a fire on you, duck and roll over until the fire is out. And then
All
a
right,
way to get
beautiful.
out of a way to get the fire, a way to get the oxygen out of a fire is putting a blanket over it, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. Shengi, I hope you heard that last part. So Sakura just mentioned that you need to put a blanket over the fire. So you need to cover the fire. All right, Lesedi, are you done? Are you done writing? Can we move on? Okay, awesome. Cool. Right, so what to do if you are on fire? Let's say, Shem, this grade 5 learner is burning, is on fire. What should that grade 5 learner do to put out the fire on him or herself? What should that grade 5 learner do to put out the fire on him or herself? Jordan.
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, I just wanted to say, ma'am, that I couldn't be in my class because of my connection. That's why. So I don't
You couldn't
know
do what?
I couldn't be in my class because
You
of my
couldn't be in
connection.
class. Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. But are
So,
you okay
ma'am,
now?
what we are learning about? What we learning about?
So we're doing safety with fire. It's just under energy and change.
It's energy and change and sensible control fields, ma'am.
Yes, just under fuels, we have safety with fire.
Oh, and ma'am, can I please read it for you, ma'am?
Oh, I'll give you time probably tomorrow because we have already dealt with that topic. Okay, so now we add safety with fire. And I just asked a question. What would you do if you were on fire? You can answer that for me.
Ma'am, I would, if there's a bottle of water, I will throw it on my arm so that the fire can go down, or I will stop, drop, and roll, ma'am.
All right. I think the latter is actually a better decision. Stop, drop, and roll. All right. Thank you very much,
ma'am.
Jordan. Awesome.
Pleasure, ma'am.
Can you just please mute yourself there? Thank
Okay,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, so Karina in the group says stop, drop, and roll. Okay, so let me just take one more hand. Nzako? Oh, Karina is first. Okay, but Karina just answered now. That's fine. Okay, Nzako?
In case there was no place to stop, drop, and roll, I would find the nearest river and jump into it.
Yo, wow, okay. All right, thank you very much for that, Nsako. Okay, cool. Let's look at the answers. If your clothes are on fire, then immediately stop. Okay, stop, drop, and roll on the ground until the fire is out. So there is really no way that you cannot stop, drop, and roll. Okay, even if it's on tar, if it's on grass, if it's on soil, just save yourself, guys, until the fire is out. Okay, so if you try to run away, the fire will burn faster. So getting to the nearest river, you'll probably be ashes before you get to the nearest river. So just stop, drop, and roll. Okay, and if you run, it will fan the flames and give them more oxygen to burn. All right, so we don't run, we stop, we drop, and we roll. Okay, again, emphasis, stop, drop, and roll. Okay, So the important thing here on the slide is that stop, drop, and roll. And also the reason why we should not run when we are on fire is because we're going to give the flames more oxygen to burn. All right. Okay. Let me just take some hands as I give you guys some time to write. Karina?
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have much of a question.
Okay, what do you have?
No, it's not a question, ma'am. I forgot to put down my hand.
Oh, okay, cool. No problem. You can just put it down and mute yourself then. Eh?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Lumbala.
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, in case there was a fire on me, I'll take the nearest blanket and take a bottle of water and then stop, drop, and roll. Then roll with the blanket.
With the
and
blanket.
pour. Yes, ma'am, and put the water on me.
All right. Thank you very much for that addition. Okay. All right, so Ntando just mentioned something in the group saying that, ma'am, if we roll around the grass, it would make it worse because now the fire is spreading on the grass. So the thing is, when you're rolling on green grass, it is much safer, okay, to roll on green grass than dry grass. Okay, so dry grass is most likely to catch the fire, but green grass is less likely to catch the fire. Okay, so the grass I was referring to is the green one. Okay, Ntando? The green grass. So if you have an option of rolling on sand, do that. All right, if you have an option of rolling on sand, roll on sand, roll on tiles until the fire is out. Okay. So remember, as you are rolling, you are actually minimizing the oxygen that so that the fire can stop burning or the flames can just light out. All right, Leander. I believe we are all done with the slide and I can move on. Leander?
Ma'am, I would roll, I would either take off my shirt,
Okay.
and dust it as fast as possible, or
Yeah,
I would
that's very
roll around.
dangerous. But think about it now. Your shirt is burning and you want to take it off. Then now the flames are going to be all up in your face, in your hair.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hey.
Okay, simple. Take up your preventative methods of not getting hold or rather being in a fire or being on fire. All right. If it happens that you are on fire, just stop, drop, and roll. Nelly, don't attack. Awesome. Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just mute yourself there. And all right, guys, I believe we are done. Okay, so never run. Important, guys. Never run. Don't, please do not. Okay, and here we have some pictures which are showing us how to stop a fire. So we mentioned the covering the fire with a blanket, as you guys can see on the top left picture there, and on the top right, we have the guy who's putting out the fire using water, and bottom left, to stay away from the fire, keep the fuel away from the fire, okay? And here we have the stop, drop, and roll, which is on the bottom right corner, okay? All right, so Ntando is asking what happens when we run and the fire is on us. So you're giving the flames more oxygen, okay? So you will burn much more faster. Okay, so the flames are going to get more oxygen and you're going to burn much more faster. By the time you want to reach your nearest river, I'm not sure who said they will go to a river, to the nearest river, then yeah, it will be very bad. It will be very, very bad. You just stop, drop, and roll. Okay. Or, as Karina mentioned, you can use a fire extinguisher. I'm sure you have seen these fire extinguishers at home or at school. Okay, so key concepts. Energy is stored in fuels. Fuels are sources of useful energy. Fuels are burned to be able to use their energy as heat and light. Fires can be very, very dangerous. Okay. Faith, I'll come to you now. So I had planned to start this topic, start introducing it, but since time is not on our side, that's fine. The textbooks that you used for this lesson, guys, is the Via Africa Natural Sciences and Technology textbook that I said you can get on Snaplify, and the Siavula textbook, which you can get on www.thunderboltkids.co.za. Guys, if you have any questions, do send the school an email. It's appearing on screen. And my email address again, it's appearing on screen. All the best with your test. Okay, remember to download your test and email it to me tonight or by tomorrow, right? Then, yeah, tomorrow I think we can play Kahoot because we are done and we have covered everything. All right, guys, enjoy your day further. Faith, I'm just going to take your hand quickly. Yes, Faith.
Ma'am?
Yeah, Bo.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask that what if if there's fire and you have fire in you and you can't go out because there's fire by the door, and when you want to roll there's fire again?
Okay, so you are in a house and there is fire, but you can't go out the door because there's also a fire there.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay low, stay down, take cover because the oxygen is at the bottom. All right, so just stay low. If you can get out of the window, use the window. All right. Okay, awesome.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye-bye. Amanda, you can just download the paper. You can download the paper and type on your computer, or you can print it out, write on the paper, or you can just download the paper and write in your exercise book, take pictures and then send it to me. Okay. All right. I see Lumbala, I think you asked a question. I didn't get your question. Okay, there we go. Lumbala, what was your question?
Ma'am,
What was your question?
ma'am, you can also take out a fire with sand.
Oh, yes, that is true. You can take out a fire with sand. Did you have a question?
No, ma'am, I wanted to say you can also take out a fire with sand.
Oh, okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Guys, enjoy your day further. Goodbye.